What's going on, guys? Tom here and welcome back to the TD Tom YouTube channel. Today we're going to be continuing on with my parody of Total Drama. Now in this episode we're going to be building the characters. Now the reason why I'm doing the characters so early on is because I feel like in these types of shows the characters are ultimately they are the most important part because they are what carry the show. So that's why I'm doing them first. And so early on as well, so hopefully by the end of this video we will have some good knowledge of our characters. I'll be honest, I don't know if I'm going to do character bios for everybody, or at the very least in depth anyway, because as I said, there's so many characters in this type of thing that I don't really want to spend too much time doing bios for the characters who are going to be going early on. Now spoiler alert, I've already got the names of the characters. I'm not doing surnames, I'm just going to do first names as well, and I already have my elimination order ready to go. You guys aren't going to find that out until we start writing scripts, but do be warned that I do have my elimination order sorted. And what I've done is, in this series, is that I've set aside some characters who are literally just there just to be early eliminations. The reason why I've done this is because I don't want to have to try and put so much love into some characters just from to get booted straight away. And just trying to find way, just to have someone be like a main character in episode 1, just something to get eliminated straight away. I've set aside some characters who were literally just there just to be cannon fodder, as I like to call them. I don't know if you guys, obviously I've been using that term before. So these guys are literally just going to be cannon fodder. So yeah, and you guys can see, but I've got like my little book, and I'm down here as well, which I'm going to be referring to. So if you guys keep seeing me looking down, that's what I'm looking at. So if we move over now to the computer, as you can see on my Google Doc, trust your Google Doc, I've got some of the bullets here. So I haven't just got the contestant, I've also got the other characters. So one thing I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna run through the names of the characters that I've got down, and then we'll go through it. So basically start with the host. Now the host, obviously, again, he's one of the main characters. Obviously, I wanted to be similar to Chris McClain, but not as fucking satanic as Chris. I do want a hint of realism in the show, not loads, obviously, because it's not designed to be like a real life type show. It's meant to be like a cartoon animation. I'm not trying to make it too realistic. I also don't want it to be Pockettail Island levels of just fucking insanity as well. So we're going to try and have a little balance between the two. So my host, I have gone with calling him Matthew Martinez. Doesn't necessarily have to be any sort of Latino heritage, and just I think it's just a pretty cool name. It's a little bit of a longer name, Matthew Martinez, but I think it rolls off the tongue quite a bit, which is why I've chosen it. I think same with Chris McClain, like it's a very easy name to say. I think Matthew Martinez as well is sort of one that it just rolls off the tongue a bit, so that's what I've gone with. By the way, these guys, I am planning to make these characters Americans. I was contemplating making them British, but I was like, fuck it now, we'll make them American, just easier, isn't it, really? So gone with chefs, plural, gone with chefs. Now, what I thought could be cool with this one is having the chefs being like husband and wife. I feel like that could be quite an interesting dynamic. So I've gone with two chefs who are both husband and wife. I've gone with Brian Scott and his wife Angela. Brian and Angela. So obviously, if you guys watch The Office, you might be able to see the thing there. Obviously, it's because them two actually weren't together at all in The Office. In fact, it's complete opposite, if anything. But yeah, we'll go with two chefs because I want something different, because in Total Drama, there's only ever been one chef had shit, which is fair enough because it's fucking chef. He is the goat. But also in this Adventure Camp, you don't actually see it's like a chef character because I suppose it sort of is made up for in with the having the two hosts, Trevor and Derek. That's probably why I've gone with that. And also gonna have two interns now. Obviously, you guys have seen in the Century Camp how they really used the interns quite heavily in the show, which I quite like. Obviously, Oliver, Emily, I forgot the name. I forgot the name of the fucking puppet guy. That's not good. Anyway, you know who I mean. So yeah, I want to do that. So one of them made up for a bit of a funny name for the names. I've got Harry. I'm going with Megan. I've spelled normally though, because I don't know anyone who's actually called Meghan with an H other than Meghan Markle. I don't know, I thought it'd be funny to have two interns called Harry and Meghan. I don't know, it's funny, isn't it? Like, it's like what's the point of having the show if you can't have some sort of fun about it, But now, so they are the host, chef, and intern. So these guys are going to be in every single episode. They're going to be behind the scenes now. Obviously, like I wanted to be similar to Descent Camp, where there's a bit more meat on the bones behind the scenes, so to speak. Which is why I've done it like this. So yeah, that's what we're doing with that. And now we're going to be moving on to what you guys are going to be caring most about: the contestants, the 14 contestants we are going with in this. So for now, I've done it as boys and girls. I don't know if I am going to change this so there are any non-binary contestants, but at the moment, I'm with 7 boys, 7 girls, but I might change it. I don't know yet. So actually, we'll start off with the boys. Actually, so we've got Josh, we've got Oliver, not Ollie, Oliver. I know I'm reusing the name from Descent Camp. Sue me. We've got Tom, Sam, Daniel, James, Will. Again, I know I think other than Josh and Sam, all these names have been used in Descent Camp before. I know these are really common names that we've gone with. Again, this is a fucking mock-up show. Then for the girls, we've gone with Jessica, Sophie, Emily, Chloe, Ellie, Lucy, and Grace. There we go. There's our 14 contestants for the show. Now, I don't have a name for the show yet, so if you guys have any ideas, do feel free to let me know down below in the comments. At the moment, I'm just calling it Total Drama Parody, because I've got nothing else to call it, really. So yeah, those are the names of the contestants. That's actually all we've got right now. We've literally just got the name. That's as far as we've gotten, really. I do have the teams organized, but I don't. Should I do it now or should I wait? I'll wait. I'll wait because I don't have any team names there either. So that's the beauty of this whole series. But well, guys, if you're interested, obviously you can. I keep bashing my mic. You guys can obviously leave your input and stuff. Like title names, team names, any suggestions, because like this is something that I want to try and do properly as well. I love writing, but sometimes it can be a pain in the arse trying to think of everything on your own. And although I've done it before, I can do. Obviously, I'm not saying I can't, but it might be nice if you guys have your own input as well, because that's why I'm making this series. Is that you guys, if you are interested, you can make your input as well. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the names. Now, next thing's gone with the character arcs. Now, do I leak it now? I think I'll have to, won't I? Yeah, I'll have to. I wasn't gonna say the fucking character arc yet because it will be a little spoiler, but I've realised that it's like a very limited spoiler where it gives you an idea of where they're going to be, where we are going to finish in the show. Because as I mentioned before, I've got my elimination order, but it just means you guys know where they are gonna point out. So character arcs start off. So start off in alphabetical, well, not alphabetical, in the order which I've written them. So Josh, for me, Josh is gonna be our male powerhouse. He's like I'll call him a powerhouse, maybe slash villain in a way. I don't know. I could see Josh playing that sort of role. I can see it, Josh, trying to make an impact on the show. I can see it happening. Oliver is next. Unfortunately for Oliver, he is going to be one of our early eliminations. It's a shame, but is it bad that I've literally made characters just to get eliminated? Because it's funny, because I've literally criticised certain characters for just being early eliminations, but if it were to be a thing where I'd write more than one season of this show, we can then make these characters have their own arcs. But for now, just on the basis of this being a one season thing, sorry Oliver, cannon fodder. Next we've got Tom. Now Tom, I'm sort of like the comic relief character, like a bit of a clumsy, sort of like Benji in a way. That's sort of based Tom on quite a bit. Obviously, like I know my name's Tom, obviously, but I'm not really a comic relief type guy. I'm a little bit clumsy, but I'm not really like I'm not too close to Benji anyway. I feel like you need your little comic relief guy. Now Sam at the moment is our only gay contestant. We've had them good. So Sam is the gay contestant. He's also a good singer. A little hint, maybe a little hint at a challenge down below. I haven't done the challenges yet, by the way, but could be a good idea. Obviously that will be a future thing. So Sam is our only gay contestant. I might make another one. I don't know yet. Again, they're down the line. I don't want it. I don't want it to be like, I don't want to force things. And I know I'm sounding like a fucking right-wing arsehole. Like I don't want to like just include characters just for the sake of it. Like I know some shows have like a black, gay, fucking non-binary characters, and they only fit them in just for the fucking sake of it. Where as for me, I actually want them to have a purpose and so, and not just be there just to tick a box. Like I actually want them to have like a bit of meat on the bone. Like, I use that saying a lot, but like I want it to be like more to the character than just their identity, if you know what I mean. Like I want them to actually have some sort of purpose in the show rather than just being, oh yeah, he's the gay one or whatever. I mean, but like for the moment of time, Sam is being able as the gay one, and just for now, obviously until we develop more. Next we've got Daniel. Daniel is the posh boy. Posh, and he's annoying. No one likes Daniel. Again, a little hint. However, he's not cannon fodder. Just one there. James is... Where's James? Well, James is part of the main couple. Obviously, yeah, I've already labeled out the couple. So I've got one couple in mind straight away. But again, I'm probably going to make at least another one, but for now, like, you know, like every season of Total Drama Adventure has that one couple who are like the main couple from early doors. They're the main couple now. In Ireland, obviously Trent and Gwen, Revenge of Alan, Mike and Zoe type stuff. You know what I mean? Like, you know, so that's one thing for James for now. And then Will, unfortunately, is the other male cannon fodder. Shame to be you, Will. It's funny how literally Will in both my show and in this Adventure Camp literally is just used as like an early elimination. You know, it's kind of funny, I suppose. And then the girls, so we've got Jessica is... Who's Jessica? So Jessica is the athlete. She's athletic, just smart, and just, you know, like she's like that one athlete who is also very smart, but also nice. You know, she's basically what she envies as a child. You know, you know, as a teenager, you've got everything really. So Jessica is that kind of person. I think I'm gonna go with Sophie. So sort of like Isabel in the way where she's the angel type character. You know, she's like the, you know, like can do no wrong with a secret. Now, a secret is a secret. AKA, I don't know what it is yet. But again, that could be, again, over to you guys. What is Sophie's secret? An interesting one there. Emily. Where the fuck is she? Oh, there she's there. So Emily's kind of so Emily's, again, she's not cannon fodder, but she's also kind of like a background character in the way where she's quiet. She's a bit quiet. You know, she doesn't really mingle too much, but she is also easily manipulated. Now again, now out of everyone on my list, she isn't the only one who's manipulated. Well, for now, she is the only, like, her being manipulated easily is one of her traits at the moment, but there are going to be room for other characters to be manipulated, as there always is in the show. Chloe is the other villain / powerhouse, and I want to get her and Josh to clash on several occasions, which also is a little bit of a leak as to which teams them two are on as well. So before I mention the teams, I do have the team who is on each team. I just don't have any team names yet. So again, if you guys can help out with that, that'd be much appreciated. Who's next? Ellie. Ellie is one of the early eliminated contestants. Sweet her. And so is Lucy, unfortunately. So there we go, 2 cannon fodders in a row. Damn. There we go. So yeah, I have put aside 4 characters who are just going to be cannon fodder, early elimination type people. You know, just people who are the sort of there. The main purpose there is just to get eliminated early on, because I want to develop the other characters more. And I never quite realised why they actually did have those characters, but now, when I'm actually trying to write the show and realise that there's so many characters, I mean, like, to literally, I've only got 14 contestants, whereas Total Drama Island had fucking 22. So I can't even imagine what they felt like fucking 20 years ago when they were making this show originally, you know. And finally, Grace, if you couldn't already tell, she is the other part of the main couple. I'm hoping to have James and Grace be the main power couple for the first season. But obviously there will be a bit more to it. But yeah, there we go. So there's all the main character arcs for this season. Well, character person. Actually, no, I'll change the character personalities, because it's not really an arc, is it? It's more about personalities. Character personalities. There we go. So yeah, we go. There's our personalities for the characters. And then actually, what I'll do now, I will do the teams. For now. But again, they've got no names, just Team A and Team B. So Team A, we have got... We've got Josh, Sam, James, actually, my OCD, gonna go crazy. There we go. Josh, Sam, James, Jessica, fucking hell. Jessica, Emily, Ellie, and Grace. And for Team B is Oliver, Tom, Daniel, Will, Sophie, and Lucy. There we go. So again, at the moment, the Team A and Team B, don't know quite where yet. So there we go, guys. There's like the main proportion of the characters. So again, I haven't done character bios that much in depth yet, but that's what we are going to do now. We've got the main characters now, so we'll try and write some character bios, I think now. Actually, so what I'll do is now, so I've got my Google, so I'll make a PowerPoint now, or slides, sorry, Google Slides. We'll jazz it up a bit. Yeah, actually, no, we'll do this one. Yeah, okay, back to the mic. Total drama parody again. I've got the name of the parody, character, bios. There we go. So now I'm gonna go and make bio. I'm not gonna do it all live because again it's gonna be boring, I suppose. But there's what it is. So new slide. Start off with should we do the host first? Actually, no, we'll do them last. Yeah, we'll do Josh first, I think. So I've just done the first character for Josh. So what I've done in these bios is that I haven't done too much. Obviously, I know normal character bios. Obviously, you have like the age, the appearance, and shit like that. So I haven't really done that as much because basically, one thing I've got is that all these contestants are all 18. Now I find it a little bit weird in the original season of Total Drama when obviously they're all 16 and they're doing all this sexual shit, and I know it's legal. Well, it's legal in the UK anyway. I don't know about Canada. But I thought, just on the safe side, this has to be 18, because why not? So first one for Josh. So Josh is a strong competitor. He appears to be the human embodiment of brawn of a brain, but actually he's quite smart. He is the wrestling champion at high school, but his rejection at the college led him to the show. He isn't a fan of reality TV, but he knows how to play the field. Josh's physicality isn't his only strength. His obsessive desire to win and his refusal to play a background role makes him a fierce competitor. He never backs down, talks a big game, and will play dirty if needed. However, he is very loyal to his team and will take them as far as he can before inevitably dropping them. So there we go. I thought I'd give Josh a little bit of a background because I don't want to give too much away in his bios because I want to actually write all these stuff in more depth in the actual show itself. But what I've done in his bio, I'm just giving like a little bit of a hint. So actually, Josh, although he is the former wrestling champion at high school, and he's a big, strong lad. The only reason why he's here is because he got rejected in the college. So clearly he's not as good as what he is, but he obviously wants to make other people believe that he is the best. So that's what I've done. So yeah, that's one down. A lot more to go. And now I've done the ones for James and Grace. Now, originally I was going to do just do it in order. But what I've done, I thought, I'll do James now, and then with James, I might as well do Grace as well. Because I think it makes sense, really. So with James is considered to be the normal, cool guy. He is charming without intending to be, and is attractive. He signed up for the show to get away from his life for a little while anyway. However, he didn't sign up for the drama, the alliances, sabotage, and an unexpected romance with his solar opposite. Although he is smart, he can be oblivious at times in social situations, which of course has its advantages and disadvantages. He's very loyal, good in challenges, and makes some friends for life. However, his loyalty and oblivion could come back to bite him when it really matters. So with James, I thought, he could be like, he's sort of like molded kind of like like Phineas from Phineas and Ferb, where although he's a pretty cool guy, he's very smart, he's nice, he's very loyal, but he's very socially oblivious, particularly when romance is involved. So that's kind of how I've molded James around a little bit. Like, I think going into it, I had sort of James as sort of like be more like Trent was, where he's the straight guy. We're gonna get out of him. But I thought, why not mix up a little bit? So that's what I've done with James. And with Grace, now originally I had Grace being sort of like sort of like Zoe in a way, where she's like, she's from like a small town, quiet girl, and just someone finds romance. But I thought, I was like, actually, we could make it a bit more interesting here. We could have a bit more meat on the bones. So with Grace, Grace signed up for the show with one aim: to win. In A-type at school, she has a crazy dark side which she uses to her advantage. Grace is brilliant, beautiful, and definitely not here to catch feelings. She has a whole plan to win the show mapped out, until her attention is drawn towards someone she never thought of looking at twice. Grace finds herself torn between her willingness to win and her emotional vulnerability. Her chemistry with James is unlike anything she's seen before, and it could be the breaking point between being a winner or a loser. So yeah, does Grace, does she remind you of anyone in particular? I wonder who. It was something difficult. Like, I wasn't really intending on taking this direction with Grace, but you know, like I didn't want it. I had a feeling, you know, like with the characters who are going to be making it towards the end, I wanted it to be like a good mix between the characters. I think with Grace, you know, although she is like, again, like she is based on Courtney, I still wanted that. I wanted to be slightly different to Courtney, whereas she isn't so fucking selfish and you know, like selfish, you know, like although she pays her way at the start, she actually like, I actually care about somebody. Fuck. So yeah, I kind of want Grace to have an arc where she begins being this psychotic sort of character, but she become someone who actually cares about other people and their feelings. So I think that could be a pretty cool arc for Grace to go on, actually. So I'm happy I made that change. Right then, on to Chloe, who is obviously Josh's female alternative. Like, she is the other powerhouse / villain for the season. Chloe, she's going your typical rich Beverly Hills style girl. She makes sure you're aware of her presence. She's the full package that brains of beauty and has zero mercy. She believes in three things only: winning, dominating, and making sure everyone knows that she's doing both of those. Chloe doesn't play fair at all, and she has a reputation for making sure that she gets what she wants. Oops. My bad. Through sabotage and her fake persona and her charm. She might form alliances, but when she doesn't need anybody, she won't hesitate to drop them. So, although there isn't as much with Chloe as there is to do with Free, that's because I've got. That's because I do want to have a bit more about Chloe, because I think, although I think she is similar to Heather, in a way, I wanted to be something else. Whereas with Heather, you didn't really know what her backstory was in a way. Like, you didn't know why she was the way she was, you know, like, although she pretended to, like, say shit like that. I don't think we ever really truly find out what made Heather the way she is. Whereas with Chloe, I might just do that with her, but then it's just figuring out who she'll confine this information with. That's the thing. So yeah, I think at the moment, I think what we're gonna do is, I think obviously with Island, obviously you had your main characters as well. Like, although you had like loads of characters, you had your main characters. I think these four are probably going to be my four main characters. Now, well, as like the main characters, obviously, as well as Matthew and everybody else as well. Actually, to be fair, I just realised who Chloe could confine. Actually, that's a good point. Okay, I'll have to make a note of that. So yeah, there we go. I think what I'll do is now, I think I'll just go through, write the rest of them, and then we'll go through one by one. I think it'll be easier rather than just going on, because this is going to go on for ages, I suppose. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. I've finally finished all of the character bios for the rest of the characters now. The dog. With these ones, since the characters aren't quite as important as the other ones, not quite as important, but not as big as a role of ones. They are a little bit shorter, as you guys can probably tell by the side here. The characters are a little bit thinner as they've gone on. That's fine. You know, these aren't fully fleshed character biases. Just me trying to figure out what I'm trying to do with the characters. So yeah, let's try and run through these as quickly as possible, because it's been 2 hours into this recording now. Things are going pretty crazy. So, Sophie. At first glance, Sophie is the definition of wholesome. She's always smiling, giving hugs, and always being positive. She's soft-spoken, polite, and quick to cool the drama. However, she's too nice. Too perfect, if you will. Some of the other contestants try to figure her out, but if she's harboring a secret, which, if it was released, could mean the end of her time on the show. Tom may appear to be the stereotypical geek with his love for RPGs and uses pop trivia, but he's the most down-to-earth guy you could meet. Despite being a nerd, he isn't shy and will talk to the others. with contrasting results. Similar to James, he can be socially oblivious. What he lacks in physicality, common sense, and being cool, he makes up for with enthusiasm, determination, and unknowingly being the funny guy. Jessica is what every teen wishes they were: athletic, smart, kind, and popular. Her fellow contestants aren't sure whether to idolise her or hate her. Unfortunately, it makes Jessica a threat to the competition and unknowingly on the chopping block quite often. She falls through the competition because she's good at what she does and has the right friends, or so she thinks. Sam is a chill guy with an amazing voice. He's openly gay and proud, but he isn't here to be anyone's sidekick. He's here to win and is very competitive. Sam can be sneaky, and everyone expects him to have a trick up his sleeve. When he lets his guard down, there's a loyal and sweet side that peeks through. Unfortunately, he loves the attention of the camera and feels as though he can't be his authentic self. Emily blends into the background far too easily. She's soft-spoken, but has the backbone of a wet tissue. She spends her time trying to go under the radar and avoid as much competition as possible. Emily isn't a threat. In fact, people forget she's there half the time, so she has the advantage of sneaking through the competition. Daniel is a cliche posh boy. Perfect hair, important accent, and a wardrobe straight out of private school. He makes sure everyone is aware of his background and how much better he is than them. His relentless need to prove himself quickly gets on everyone's nerves. Underneath his ego and snobbery, he's actually insecure and just wants to fit in. Daniel is impossible not to notice, sometimes for the wrong reasons. Oliver is a bundle of nerves. He speaks in a rapid-fire stutter that can barely get a sentence out. He's the guy to trip over his own feet, and his anxiety is a character trait on its own. Oliver has a heart of gold and a desire to prove he is tougher than what he seems. He's constantly trying to psych himself up, but ends up psyching himself out. That's a little line, actually. I'm quite proud of that line now. I put in there. Will is the ultimate show-off. Loud, cocky, and convinced he is the next reality TV superstar. He struts into the competition like he's already won, dropping his catchphrases and throwing shit at everyone else. Unfortunately for Will, his confidence is way bigger than his skills, and his plans tend to backfire spectacularly. Ellie is the queen of moody eye rolls and the undisputed champion of doing absolutely nothing during challenges. When the competition heats up, Ellie somehow manages to freeze, lose her stuff, or find a perfectly good excuse to sit out. She's got a talent for turning any task into a personal tragedy, and is probably more interested in perfecting her sulky pout than winning a prize. The other contestants wonder if Ellie's really here for the competition or just to add some dramatic tension. Lucy believes the best in everybody, even if they've already shown their true colours. She's everyone's favourite pawn, dragged in their alliances, trusts backstabbers, and is pushed around. Lucy signed up for the show thinking it would be like summer camp. How wrong she would quickly be. She's often seen trailing behind stronger players, carrying their bags or handing over her immunity without question. Obviously, that's been, obviously that's being a bit more loose with the term. Trying to get a better idea of who Lucy is. So those are the bios for the rest of the contestants. Hopefully you guys can get a good idea of who they are. Again, they are pretty small compared to everybody else, but obviously again, that's just what happens, unfortunately. But now moving on to the ones of the outliers. So, Matthew Martinez. He is the slick, sharp-suited host. He isn't completely unhinged, yet. He actually cares about the contestants and making sure that the show is a hit. Doesn't go off about lawsuits, and the camera catches every juicy meltdown. Matthew thrives on drama, but he's a bit more self-aware than he lets on. He'll push contestants to their limits, but occasionally throws them a bone. He balances charisma with chaos, offering sarcastic commentary with just enough sincerity to keep the viewers guessing. Is he in on the joke, or is he the joke? Brian Scott is a no-nonsense head chef at the camp. His cooking philosophy is questionable at best, and is often battling with his wife and co-chef Angela. They form a volatile but hilarious kitchen duo. They bicker constantly over his spice levels and his soup thickness, but make an unbeatable team. Brian is a man of few words, but still intimidating contestants. He takes pride in the chaos of the show, and is often seen scheming with Matthew. While her husband barks orders and enjoys messing with the contestants, Angela offers a warm smile and genuinely cares about the kids. She may be sweet, but she's no pushover. She happily participates in Brian's awful cooking and has her own fun with the contestants. Angela apologises to the contestants but enjoys messing with them still. Some of the contestants do strike a relationship with her, and she gives them some tips whenever she can. Now on to the interns, who I think could be a bit of a dark horse in this show. I think I'm looking forward to see how these two pan out. Harry didn't sign up for this. He thought he was applying for some internship at a media company, not a twisted reality show. Now stuck as an overworked intern on a show that pushes the boundaries of labour laws, Harry mostly lurks behind the scenes, holding boom mics with dead eyes or pushing carts full of questionable meals to the contestants. He's not bad at his job, he just doesn't care. Harry does warm to some of the contestants who do treat him more than just the intern. And finally, Megan actually did sign up for the show on purpose. With a clipboard in one hand and glitter pen in the other, Megan approaches every insane task with terrifying enthusiasm. She's convinced this internship will be her big break into the entertainment world. She gets on well with the girls, and while some people find her energy exhausting, Harry finds it weirdly endearing. Over time, her relentless positivity starts to crack his grumpy exterior, and despite his efforts to stay emotionally detached, Harry starts to slowly fall for her. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen, there are the character bios. Now, 2 hours ago, I had no idea what the hell I was getting into with these characters, and now we have some, well, at least some solid bios. You know, they aren't the finished article, but they're good enough for now. Obviously, again, these are just some bases that I come up with. You know, you guys are more than free to come up with your own ideas for the characters. Do let me know what you guys think of the characters as well. Do you think have I done enough diversity? Or I can do more? Do let me know down below in the comments. So guys, that'll be it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Again, you know, let me know your thoughts about anything in the comments down below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all next time.